So today I'm going to talk to you about how we can use creativity as a tool to identify unhelpful thought patterns and beliefs. Marcus Aurelius once said that the quality of your happiness depends on the quality of your thoughts. So, where visual patterns can bring us great joy, mental thought patterns and beliefs can have a positive or negative effect on our well-being. We use these patterns to help us make sense of ourselves, of our identity, and of the world around us. But these thoughts can be like a spiral pattern. They can take us up and they can take us down. Where do these thought patterns and beliefs come from? Well, from every experience and interaction you've had over your lifetime. Even from when before you were born, you could hear voices and sounds from outside your mother's body. Everything that's being said to you, everything you've experienced, everything you have observed has all contributed to forming your thought patterns and your beliefs. So whether that be from family, church, school, community, and the media, it all has an influence on your thought patterns. We now live in a world where social media is actually tracking our patterns of behavior and then pushing information out to us. Now, that can be helpful and it can be a tad scary. Why? Because if we just accept what somebody tells us and we just accept what pops up on our screen, that can easily become our reality, our thoughts, our beliefs. Well, for many of us, a lot of our thoughts and beliefs can be tracked back to our childhood, and they sit in our subconscious and actually influence our behavior. For example, say you had a bad experience with a dog, or your mum or your sibling had a bad experience with a dog, or you read about a bad experience with a dog, or you saw a movie that contained a bad experience with a dog. That can become our reality, that all dogs are scary. And when you see a dog, even as an adult, you may have those feelings rise of being scared, that fight or flight response. Some of the things we're taught from childhood are helpful and practical and healthy, like brush your teeth or they will rot, or look both ways before you cross the road. It can help us to form really healthy habits. If you were told that you were loved and appreciated, that you were clever, that you were special as a child, you will feel very differently to someone who was told that they were ugly or stupid or were going to amount to nothing. Having this knowledge about thought patterns is really powerful, because it means if you take the time to analyze your beliefs and your thought patterns, you can take charge of them. You can begin to understand who you are right now, how you came to be you, and any changes that you might like to make or need to make. If you change the way that you look at yourself, you can change yourself. And that's where imagination and creativity can come in as a helpful tool. So here's a creative exercise that I would like you to try to analyze your thoughts and beliefs. So number one, get a pen and paper. And I'd like you to draw a very, very simple car with 4 wheels. In the car itself, I'd like you to write a statement or a belief about yourself, an I am statement. Now remember, the mind is negatively geared, so it's going to be easier to come up with negative statements rather than positive ones. That's okay. That's just what the mind does. So you may need to deliberately write positive statements about yourself. As long as they hold true for you, that's fine. Write everything down. Keep repeating this exercise with multiple cars until you've written down everything that you believe about yourself. The next step is to write 4 things that support that belief. Write it on the 4 tires. That can include things like, where did that belief come from? Who told you that? And what's the evidence of that belief? These are the things that make the belief real for you. The next step that you're going to take is look at the evidence on the 4 tires that you have written. On the ones that give reliable, trustworthy, and empowering evidence, put a tick. On the ones that give disempowering, bias, prejudice information, negative information, put across. Do any of the wheels fall off your cars? If so, it's probably a disempowering belief, a disempowering vehicle that you can send to the wreckers. Now you can replace those discarded beliefs with ones that you want to hold true for yourself. For example, if you wrote, I'm an ugly person, you might want to replace it with, I'm a beautiful person. Do it, write it. Now you're going to write 4 supports on the tires, the 4 tires of your new belief. Now, remember, these might be things that you need to work on, and that's absolutely fine. Just like new tires, you've got to take them out on the road and use them, and you need to maintain them. Now, how are you going to keep your tires pumped up? Well, first of all, a good way of doing this is to think about, is there anyone in your life that models the beliefs and the qualities that you want to display? What are their supports? What's their belief vehicle looking like, and can you replicate that? Now, be warned, this might be somebody that you like, and it might be someone that you find irritating. What do I mean by that? I mean that sometimes someone who's irritating to us is someone who is displaying the qualities and the beliefs and the behaviors that we want, but we haven't quite got there yet. Question that person. Observe them. What are they doing? What have they got in place as their support system? Pump up your tires with this new knowledge and use it. You need to regularly check in and maintain your belief tires. Remember, these are the supports that are carrying you through your journey in life. Take care of the tires, maintain them, change them if you need to. You might need to go through the exercise of changing the whole vehicle every now and then. It's really good to check in every now and then and do this exercise again to make sure that we're on track with the beliefs that we want to hold and that are positive in our life. Read and listen and view all kinds of material, but with discernment. Always ask, is this information taking me in the direction that I want to go? I really hope this information and practical exercise has helped you today. If you'd like to learn more, please do join me on the Wellness Through Creativity course. Please check below for the link.